Hello, I'm Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com, and today I want to explain about alcohol. And it might not just be alcohol, it might be someone who's overdone it with drugs, someone who's had their drinks spiked, and basically what's happened is that they are unconscious. So either they are not with it at all or they are completely gone. So first of all, you need to check that it is safe. Then you need to check for response. So you want to speak to them and then you want to touch them. So hello, I'm Emma, I'm a first aider, are you okay? You need to open their airway and check for breathing. So look, listen and feel to see if they're breathing. If they are breathing, you need to put them into the recovery position. Now this is particularly important with alcohol because they're likely to have a belly full of alcohol. Which means there's a far higher likelihood of them vomiting. Now, when you are unconscious, the back of your tongue will flop down and block the back of your airway. It will happen. It's gravity. Your muscles, and your tongue's a huge muscle, will go floppy and that will flop back to the back of your airway. Therefore, to check their breathing, you tilt the head and you lift the chin, which takes the back of the tongue off the back of the airway, and you look, listen and feel to see if they're breathing. If they are breathing, it's really important that you put them into a position where the tongue will fall forward and the contents of their stomach will drain out. What you don't want is the contents of their stomach trickling up and ending up in their airways. And that can quite easily happen because when you are unconscious, that lovely, helpful little sphincter muscle at the top of your stomach fails in open. So whatever trickles up can end up in your airway. That's when they talk about choking on your own vomit. And sadly, there have been a huge number of fatalities from that. So really important, you put them in the recovery position. So you put them into a position where their contents of their stomach are going to roll out and their tongue will flop forward. Now, if they are in that position, you then need to use the back of your hand to check that they are breathing. So breathing, they will breathe on the back of your hand. You need to keep checking that they're breathing. If they stop breathing, you would roll them over and start CPR. But really important that you keep checking. Now, the other important thing to be aware of is that alcohol, excessive alcohol, makes it harder for you to maintain your body temperature. So it's really important you keep them warm and you keep them dry. So if they are outside, you do your best to bring them in. You cover them, you insulate them from the floor, and you look after them. They will be incredibly vulnerable as well. So make sure you're keeping them warm and dry. You are putting them in the recovery position if they are unconscious and they are breathing, and you are continuing to check that they're breathing, and you're getting an ambulance on the way. If somebody isn't drunk enough to have actually passed out, another couple of really important things to know about alcohol. One, we all know it reduces your inhibitions. They are far more likely to do daft things, to end up being vulnerable, end up with people taking advantage of them. So make sure you are looking after them and they are safe. The other really important thing is if they have hit their head and they are under the influence of drugs or alcohol, it's absolutely vital that they get seen by a health professional as quickly as possible, because it's really difficult to work out what is due to the head injury and what is due to the alcohol. So they will need to be monitored very closely in a hospital environment. I hope that has been helpful. Please be careful when you're out there. And that's Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com. And we've got a huge number of helpful articles, blogs, infographics and videos to help you on all aspects of staying safe and what to do should something go wrong. Thank you for listening.